And welcome everybody to Mastering Sales with Brent Gove. And great to be here today. Good to see all your smiling faces. What a great looking group. How you doing, Randy Johnson? I see you there. What's up, Arvid from Phoenix? I see you out there, Arvid. Good to see you, buddy. And of course, Jeffrey and Kevin Wergler from the Phoenix area. Good to see you on, Kevin. Catherine with San Francisco. We got the in the background. Love it. Okay, well, we're going to get started. So the whole idea of mastering sales, let me help you. You want to master sales? What is it? Is it listening? Is it having big goals and big dreams? Is it having a great listing presentation? Is it knowing how to negotiate? Are you an expert negotiator? Is it being very careful to kind of explain the sales process from beginning, middle to end, sit down with your client, your prospective buyer, seller, and kind of explain to them the process? And yes, it's all of those things, but B, it's none of those things. If you want to master sales, here it is. You could have the best listing presentation in the world. You could be an expert negotiator. You could know that contract backwards and forwards like Amanda Heard. You could be methodical and make people feel so special like Jim Brantley right here in red. How you doing, Jimmy? You could be the most well-known person in your town, like Kim Fraser up there in Seattle. But let me tell you what, none of that matters a hill of beans if you don't master lead generation. See, mastering sales is mastering lead generation. Like if you don't have anybody to go on a listing appointment with, who cares that you have a great listing presentation? Doesn't mean anything. If you're an expert negotiator and you don't have any clients, it's not going to help you that you're a great negotiator. You don't have any clients. If you know the contract backwards and forwards and you do a great buyer presentation or you help your sellers through that, but you don't have any clients, you're dead in the water. If you have financial issues right now and you're stressed financially, you have forgotten the most important part of mastering sales. And that, my friend, is mastering lead generation. It's you punch that thing, you pump this accelerator all over the floor, you floor it, and then you stitch your foot to the floor and you don't let go till you have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 active buyers or sellers. You have so many, you only have time to work with the highly motivated buyers and sellers. By the way, I'm going to edit that. Rob, if you're listening, we're going to edit that part where I ran like a crazy man looking for the charging cord for the future thing. That is hilarious. I've never had that happen. So thank you. The voice of God, he speaks. So here's the deal. So I want you to think about that. Have you ever mastered getting luxury high-end buyer leads? Have you mastered lead generation for sellers? Like people call you or you call them. And that's kind of, for me, I was always proactive. I wasn't sitting back like a spider in a web waiting for somebody to go, bing, and they go, do you sell mobile homes? Like, sure. do you sell land? Yes. It's like, ding, it hits your web and like, do you do industrial commercial properties? I could. Right? I mean, think about it. Think about it, you guys. You're like taking whatever. Do you do? I know I'm just starting, but I can only afford $110,000 home. Do you do $110,000 homes? Like, what are your standards? And so when you figure out, here is my target, I'm going to do the luxury high-end in Scottsdale. For me, I chose medium priced homes. I like to sell a lot of real estate. I just like it. Probably should have done luxury, but I'm like, I don't want to deal with people that just, I don't want to deal with luxury. I didn't. And so I would sell hundreds of homes every year at $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a house. I've been retired for 5-6 years now. Now the homes are all in Sacramento up around 500,000. And so, but if I was doing it, that's where I was. It's where I like to be, where all the action is, where they're selling and buying, like boom. Because when the market drops, the high end's dead. Right. And now COVID's doing weird stuff and it's spotty and there's this and that. But here's the deal. You have got to take a step back, take a breath and realize you, my friend, have to master lead generation. You got to put your chin on the line and go, if it's door knocking, then go door knock 50 a day and do it every day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Do 250, 300 a week and do that for months. I mean, grind it out, get a ticket on the struggle bus. And guess what? You'll be horrible at first, and then you'll be okay. Then you'll be pretty good. Then you'll be awesome. Then you'll be incredible. Then you could write books, do podcasts. They want you to speak because you have street credibility. Literally, if you're a door knocker, you have street credibility. That just came to me. That's kind of funny. Get it? Never mind. All right. So it's a corny joke, but it was, come on. That's kind of funny. You got to admit, it just came out. So here's the deal. If you call people, Mike Ferry's like, get the phone, hammer the phone, 3 hours a day. You call outbound. Don't sit there waiting for things to happen. If you're sitting there waiting for your ship to come in, get a chair and a cup of coffee and an umbrella. It's going to be a long time. But if you run out and dive off the pier and swim out to it, baby, now we're cooking with gas. Tony Robbins, one of the foremost productivity coaches in the world, says massive action creates results. Massive action brings a change to your financial situation and breeds confidence in you. When I did a little, I made a little. And when I did a little, I had a little bit of confidence. I was nervous on listing appointments. I was nervous with buyers. I'm not nervous anymore because I did massive action. Now it's just fun. It's easy. I don't stress going to a listing appointment. I don't do it anymore. But when I did, it was fun. You knew you were going to get it. You just, like you heard Kim say, 95% success rate. Amanda Hurd was on stage at Build. Amanda, unmute yourself. Are you nervous? I mean, maybe you are a little bit, but come on, like when you were new, are you nervous on a listing appointment? Are you a professional? You go in there, you know exactly how this is going to go down for the most part.
Yeah, most part, know exactly how it's going to go down.
Yep. And you and Rodney sell over 100 homes a year, something like that for the last
200 plus. Yeah. Yeah.
200 plus a year. But just look at her. She looks like a professional. And so, but is it good not to stress and be, oh, what do I do? What do I do? I mean, do you pretty much know what to do?
100%. Yeah.
She paid the price.
Prepared. Yep.
Do you love stress, Amanda?
No, I prefer to be prepared and not stressed. 100%.
And when you're prepared and not stressed, real estate is what?
Easy and fun. Yes.
It's fun. But it's so why did we have people on that stage? Amanda was one of them. And they were selling anywhere from 100 homes a year to 200 homes a year to, I think the highest one was, selling 1,200 homes a year. And they're all going after revenue share. Why? Ask yourself that question, because most people would love to sell 100 homes a year. I mean, my gosh, 100 homes a year. Yet the people doing 100 at a minimum, Amanda 200 and 400, 500, 600, and that one guy 1,200, Chad Swindelman. I don't know, is that how you say his last name?
Yeah, Swindelman. Yes, Chad.
Yeah. Chad Swindelman. He selling 1,200. Yet they're all on that stage doing agent attraction. Why? Because do you know how much work it takes to sell 1,200 homes a year or 200? It takes work. Do you give it a 10 hours a week, or is it a full-time effort for you, Amanda, to sell 200 homes a year?
It's a full-time effort and leveraging even agents on my team. So yeah, it's a full-time gig for sure.
It's a full-time gig. And how many years have you been doing this? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? How long now?
With this team, 13 years. Yeah.
13
in
years.
this structure.
How long have you been in real estate?
Do I need to say 26 years?
Okay, I'm 27. You're my sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kim, how long have you been in real estate?
22 years.
So Kim's our little sister, right? We got the pesky little sister, Kim Fraser. We love her. But here's the deal. We have street credibility when we talk to our clients. We pay the price. It's fun and easy. And so until you pay the price, it's torturous, right? And so I want to give you some tips today on mastering sales. So number one, and we're going to get off this and we're almost done. Ready? But these are being good. When you show property, always have an emergency backup property. This is worth its weight in gold to everybody listening. You ever shown property and you go out to show them the home, like, I love it, but it smells like cats. I love it, but it backs up to power lines. I love it, but I can hear the freeway. It's too loud. No. And then like, all right, well, I'll keep looking. And they drive away, you drive away, and you go home depressed. You ever done that? Or is it just me? And so because I would show property on Saturdays at 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7. When did I show property on Saturdays? 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7. When did I show properties? 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7. Nobody gets more than 2 hours. Nobody, Donald Trump doesn't get more than 2 hours, okay? That's how this goes down. I'm going to show 5 to 7 properties, and we got appointments. I have people with their dogs. Say it's 100 degrees in Phoenix, 120 degrees. We got people that have left their homes. We got to schedule to keep. I don't know how to move them from house to house. You get a little bossy. Come on, you guys, got to go. The next one's waiting for us. They just texted me. They want to know if we're coming. Chop, chop, chop. You know why? Because I got to show property at 1, 3, 5, and 7, at 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7. If I give someone 4 hours a day, I can only show property twice a day. I'm showing property 5, 6, 7 times a day. The more people you show property to, the more chances you have to do what? Make a sale. So A, do that, but B, when you show property, you ever just bombed? Like I remember this one time, Marco and Jill. I remember them. They were missionaries. I took them to Antelope. They had champagne taste on a beer budget. They were missionaries. The home they could afford, Marco's like, do not show anything over 165,000. I can't be clear. I can't be tempted. No. And we've been out. This is when I learned to do this. We've been out for weeks, maybe months, 2 or 3 months looking at properties. And they're like, everything was just terrible. And I found this home that was listed at 188. They dropped the price to 179, about $9,000. It was way over the 165. And back then that was a big deal, right? And so I folded it in half, just for dramatic effect. Let me grab a paper. So I had the listing. I folded it in half and I put it in my little thing I brought all the listings with. And we bombed. They just, the last one I showed them, I thought they want to buy it, was a 0 lot line. I didn't realize it was a 0 lot line. I don't think it was, and they just hated it. They wanted more of a yard. So they were depressed. I was depressed. I go, hey guys, I got this one last one. Let me tell you about it. It's on a court, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, big backyard. They say you can kick a soccer ball around. Kitchen's beautiful. I held the pictures. I have my finger on the price. And our MLS in Sacramento, the price is in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm covering the price with my finger and I'm showing them pictures and their eyes are this big. They're like, oh my gosh, that is so much better than everything you've shown us. Yes, emergency backup property. It's right around the corner. And I told them we might be coming by. You want to see it? This is where you make your money. I've done this hundreds of times. They're like, yes, it works. Don't show me a home over at $1 million. And then what do? You've shown them everything up to $1 million, up to $1 million, up to $1 million, and they just can't get happy. So you have one at $1.1 million. It's 100,000 over what they told you. Emergency backup. Look, you can drive home depressed or do what I'm telling you to do. So you show them the one at $1.1 million, and guess what? You got your finger. I put my finger over the price. I show it to them. And if they ask, I go, that's the best part. I'll tell you when we get there. Come on, let's go. Because guess what? If they look, they buy. Write that down. If they look, they buy. I have sold 1 million homes way over the price range of what they told you, because the other real estate agents are order takers. I have a question for you. Thomas, Arvid, Randy Johnson, Kristen, James, are you guys, and I just picked out, I didn't single them out, but I said, I want to get your attention. Are you an order taker? I brought them these beautiful homes, and then I'm like, oh my, this is incredible. How come I didn't see this in realtor.com or Zillow? I go, because here's the deal. We're going to try to get it for $1 million. It's up at $1.1 million, but we're going to offer $975, and we got 25,000 to play with. We can go up to $1 million. If they don't sell it, we won't buy it. And they're like, no, we love it. We'll pay $1.1 million full price. We want it. I have sold so many homes that way. No, I don't want to negotiate. We've been depressed for weeks. This is awesome. 179, full price. Or they go in at 975 and you tell them, look, my client just wants to negotiate. You don't send an offer like that to Kim, Amanda, or Arvid. You say, Arvid, my client loves the home. They just want to negotiate. They told me to tell you, and I asked, do I have your permission to tell them we're willing to come up? Because they're going to blow us out. And they go, yeah, they'll come up. But look, we're closing in 12 days. We're letting the seller stay for 2 months rent-free. We're putting up a $40,000 earnest money deposit. We're buying it as is. Have your other terms so good. A giant earnest money deposit. See, when you close that quick, and leave yourself an out if you can. We'll remove all inspections in 5 days. I know in some markets they don't allow that, but hopefully in a market where we'll do it in 3 days. And then you go, well, we need to check, if you just don't remove them. I tell my clients, if I were you, I wouldn't remove the inspections. You don't have to, and they have a right to cancel the sale and put the home on the market. If they want to exercise that right, they can do this. But I'm going to recommend with the $40,000 earnest money deposit, you not remove your contingencies. We have 12 days to close. Let's close. And it never even hardly comes up. It's so, but if you have big earnest money deposit, it blinds people. They're like, oh my gosh. I go, what's your biggest earnest money deposit, Kevin Wurgler? And Kevin goes, well, the highest one I got is 15,000. I go, we got 40,000. We have 40,000 reasons to get this done. We're going to close in 12 days. So my lender, is it all cash? No, that's with the loan. If it was all cash, we'd close in 3. And like, well, what if they can't give me the HOA that quick? What if they can't give me then they're in breach of contract. We close in 3 days. We buy it like a pair of shoes. If you're paying cash, why would you do 30? Well, I got to get a home inspection. I don't know if I get the home inspector out that quick. There's like 500 home inspectors in San Diego or Phoenix or Sacramento. They're everywhere. I can get any home in America inspected tomorrow. It's 5:30 at night. I'll make some calls. I'll tip you $100. I need it done tomorrow. I will call 20 home inspectors if I have to find somebody to get it done tomorrow. So A, we can get it done tomorrow. B, we can close in 3 days. If they can't get us the HOA, the CC&Rs, the prelims, they're in breach of contract, their disclosures, that's on them. But if your cash close in 3 days, quit doing 30-day cash deals. It's insane. And it's perfectly safe because you're going to see, let's say a 30-day cash deal or a 30-day purchase. You get the home inspection. You like it? Yeah, it's great. Let's move. Now you just wait for the loan, wait for the loan, wait for the loan. On lenders, we close in 12 days. Well, my lender can't close that quick. Get a new lender. Because while you are settling for an average lender who's doing a 19-day close, a 21-day close, which is pathetic in this market, my lender's doing it in 12. And I go to him, I said, look, I know Anthony Petrucelli. Sorry, Andrew, I'm trying to say your last name. He's a great guy. Look at that smile. Everybody loves Andrew. I know how quick he's closing in 19 days. I'm closing. In fact, I'm going to close in 11. So if you go with Andrew, you have to wait 8 days to get paid. I don't know about you, but I got bills. I got kids in school. I got car payments. Let me ask you a question. Jeffrey DeJesus, Brandon Taylor, would you like to get paid in 11 days or 19 days? And by the way, if something goes wrong in day 18 or 19, you have to put it back on the market, start over. With me, we are so desperate. We have burned the bridges. We're closing in 11 days with a loan. And when I hang up, Darren, Isaac, my lender, Jeff Compton, is going to call you in the next 60 seconds and tell you why he can fund this loan in the next 9 days and close in 11 days. He's a 30-year veteran. I worked with him for 14 years. When you get done with this loan, you will work with Jeff Compton. He's the best lender I've ever met in my life. He's changed my life. He'll change yours. And watch, we hang up, your phone will ring. Are you that intense? I am. I have my lender ready to go. I don't care what you're doing. When I say go, it says Darren, phone number. He knows. He doesn't have to look for it. I didn't take a picture. He touches it. Lenders are busy. You touch. Like, give me the address where the Halloween party is, and you take a picture of it. Now you type it in so people just touch it. It maps to the thing. Type in addresses. Type in phone numbers. We're all busy. And he touches it and he goes, yeah, Darren, this is Jeff Compton. The reason I could do David Polson's loan in 11 days, fund it 9 and close on 11, is because I've already collected his W-2s, his pay, his tax returns, his pay stubs. I've already got a full thing. We are done. I just need a fully executed purchase contract. I'm going to order the appraisal in a rush. I will get this appraisal done in the next 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And I work with my underwriter. It is done. I've done thousands of loans. We got you. Brent Gove's an expert, and he speaks very highly of you. And guess what? They don't get that call. They have to call, seek out the approval letter from, say, Federal Credit Union or Wells Fargo, go through voicemail hell, chase down that lender. My lenders call them within 30 seconds. It impresses them. It's a wow factor. And so that's the intensity level you got to play at. And so emergency backup homes are something that I got to live in Granite Bay. And you go, if you thought of Newcastle, Penryn, I go, look at this one. It's just it's going to take us 5 minutes to get there. It's Penryn. It's not Granite Bay. I've sold people homes in Orangevale for Granite Bay. Granite Bay is Beverly Hills. It's Newport Beach. It's West Palm Beach. You know what Orangevale is? Orangevale is hillbilly country. And I've taken somebody once, Granite Bay, 90210, Beverly Hills. They want Granite Bay. And I've sold them Orangevale because I put my thumb over the city. I go, look at this one. Isn't it pretty? It's about a half a mile that way. You know what's a half a mile that way? That's the city line. Granite Bay, Orangevale. Mercedes, Hyundai, right? But guess what? When you go to Orangevale, you get so much more bang for the buck. Now, instead of fighting for an acre, they got 5 acres. Now, instead of a 2,500 square foot home, I get a 4,000 square foot home on 5 acres with the sprinklers going through the pasture, because that was important to them, because it's an emotional purchase. And you heard them say, I got to get some land for my kids. I was raised in the country. I want some chickens. I want some goats. And so you move them. They say, I want Folsom and El Dorado Hills. Have you tried rescue? Have you thought about Diamond Springs? It looks just like it's right there. You can throw a rock and hit it. And so when you get creative and you, like, I'm in a box, this Zoom box, you gotta go from 1 million to 1.1 million. You got to go from 3,000 square feet, show them homes at 2,000 square feet, 2,500. You got to go from they want this city and this city. Yeah, but have you thought about these? There's some great, you think you're in Granite Bay, but it's Loomis, it's Penryn, it's Newcastle. And they go, or you just say, let me just show it to you. You don't even tell them. They go into Orangevale. They go, it feels like Granite Bay. Are you sure this isn't Granite Bay? No, it's Orangevale. And the reason they never found it is because they weren't looking Orangevale. And so you want to be a high level salesperson? Don't be an order taker. Yes, write down they want a minimum 3,000 square feet. Has to be under $1 million. Has to be under 400,000. Got to have a minimum 1,500 square feet. Got to have a 3-car garage. Do you really have to have a 3-car garage? If all things were perfect and it had the view and it had the pool and the waterfalls and it was 3,000 square feet, but it was a 2-car garage, would you do it? Yeah, I would. You earn your money. They'll say, I got to have a 3. That person just told me they had to have a 3-car garage, but I repeated everything they wanted, knowing that land, you said you want a 1/3 of an acre. Imagine it was on an acre. You can always add a garage and add a 2-car. Would you do it? Yeah, I would. See, the order takers go, nope, has to have a 3-car garage. When you start searching minimum 3-car garages, good luck finding them a house. Has to have a pool. Let me ask you a question. If it had the view and it had 4,000 square feet and not a 1/4 acre, it was a 1/2 acre. And it wasn't, I know he said you go back to 2000, but it's a 2018. It's like 4 or 5 years old. Had everything you want, but no pool, but a perfect place to put one. Would you do it? Yeah, I would. All the other order takers are looking for home with pools. Good luck finding them a home. You can look at homes without pools. Who's going to find them the home of their dreams? You are. Don't be an order taker. Get creative. Take the box. Kick down the walls, cities, price range, square footage, pool, 2-car garage, 3-car garage. Do you get it? I hope you guys do. Much love. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place at 2:10 Pacific, 5:10 Eastern, right here. Hope this was beneficial. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for having me. We'll see you. Bye-bye.